Yeah, welcome back. It was a good point not to make servicing videos of this thing. YouTube has got better commentators than I am. Okay, so this is an officially MoneyPit. Bought it for 24, got plastics, call it 20, okay? Good deal. What have I done to it so far? Okay, let's start. I basically went from the sides. The tires were from 2008, so those are being renewed. The rear brake caliper was seized, and I'm talking seized as in the pot didn't even move. I had to push 6 bar of pressure until it popped out. Fully rebuilt. The rubber brake hoses are now HEL, H-E-L, steel braided. The brake cylinder has been rebuilt. The bolt holding the brake, whatever you call this, amen. This one was worn, had to get a second-hand one. This is black because it was rusted, rust removed. Exhaust system, look, it's here you can really shout at me for putting lipstick on a pig because that thing's fucking bent. So I put black high heat on to mask it. Shock, not rebuilt, but new seal, new pressure. And then we get to anything that contains bearings, from wheels, linkage, swing arm, shock, all brand new, okay? One of the linkages, I took it apart, I was greeted with a dust cloud and the sound of the needle roller, the needles just falling out. Like no grease anymore, nothing. And unfortunately, this was the issue with some of them, especially taking off the Kickstarter. Okay, it is a bit loose, but taking it apart, no one had fucking greased this, okay? The O-ring that was supposed to stop all the dirt from climbing inside it, that had perished. Took that out, and the pin that sits here has got a couple of grooves in it, and that's why this thing's loose. Okay, take it as it comes, right? Cleaned the fuel filter, the radiators. Wait, we'll get there. Both forks, what was in there was chocolate mousse, fresh oil. I went with 5 weight, Moto, Techno, Synth, whatever the fuck. Under the dust seals, the clip that holds it, one was corroded, the other one as well. There was just rust everywhere. Replaced. Was also leaking on that side. New seals, both, and they're SKF, so you know this is premium stuff, not cheap at all. Other than that, I didn't touch the internals. Basically, I just cleaned out all the old oil, new seals. So the forks should be reasonable. Headstock bearing, Jesus, that took several hours of my life. Funk. At the end, I bought myself bearing pullers because I'm not going through this again. Well, afterwards, before I had to use the Dremel and cut the... oh, my grey hairs. Never mind. From there onwards, new handlebar, new grips. I went with the Pro Tapers, the ones which already have a throttle tube inside, because the throttle tube from the original was missing a piece like this. And no stock in the country, so might as well also replace the throttle cable. Brakes, obviously, the front ones, same story, chocolate mousse. Completely cleaned, new brake pads, new fucking everything, okay? So, this is a MoneyPit, like I said. Clutch cable's new. Throttle cable is new. By the way, Yamaha, I don't know how you guys sleep at night charging people like me a clutch, 650 Rand for a clutch cable when you can get one from MSD for 170 Rand. I'm sorry, Team Blue, what is that? Blue Wallet Syndrome? I don't know. Fuel tank I've covered. The filter was amazingly clean, so no dust, nothing, which really surprised me. You may see shiny bolts everywhere. That's because I have, wherever possible, replaced if required. The filter is still the one that came with the bike, but it's properly oiled. Let's not forget, to get to the shock, you have to remove all of this. Yeah, no kidding. Wherever you see the orange marks, that's where I talked everything to spec. And God bless the Japanese. The repair manual is freely available online, and it covers from 2005 to 2013. So, good enough. But we're not done yet, are we? No, we are not done. Because today I started her up, because, it's been standing here, had to make sure. Kicked it, took 7 kicks. I don't know if this is normal, but then again, there was no fuel in it for 2 weeks, and you know where I'm going with this. I'll probably have to do the top end. Never mind. I've ordered the shims to check the cams first, the spacers, and we'll do that. New spark plug has been ordered. It's here. I'm also going to run an hour meter off this thing, because I want to know after how many hours what must I do. If you're buying this bike, rest assured that no corners are cut here, okay? So don't try to lowball me. And my project for the coming week is, well, when I started it up, it started dripping water. And I should have seen this coming, because when I inspected the bike, I put my finger in the radiator, while it was cold, obviously, tasted it, and I got the hint of coolant, but not the full bouquet. Which basically means this thing has been leaking water past the water seal for some time, and the previous owner has just topping it up with water. Which would also explain the minute aluminum oxide corrosion I have noticed in the casing. But it's minor, easily scraped off, so caught it just in time. What I am a little concerned about is this was opened before, and the fucker used ATV sealant. I'm guessing he wanted to save himself on the... Okay, never mind. CO kit incoming, so I'm just going to figure out how to remove you, get behind you to the seal, and hopefully the shaft that holds you is not so badly worn that I have to take that out too. Although, knowing my luck, I'm going to have to split this case. Oof. But then again, hey, I wanted a project bike, and that's what I got. Yak shamash. Look, I'm not complaining, all right? This is something brand new to me, keeps my mind, and really, after putting bearings in, I've got a muscle of note there. I mean, just before my nipple, there's a brand new muscle there that's formed from swinging the hammer so much. Yeah. So that's what's happening with this little project on the side. I unfortunately can see that I'm going to, when everything is nice, I have to take everything off and take the engine out to take her apart. Look, boys and girls, for 20 grand, you got a DIY project and you got a bike that runs. I've seen worse shit. I've seen a 2-stroke where it's like, no, it still runs. It's like, yeah, sure, but where the fuck is the brake pedal for the rear brake? I'm like, So, last I wanted to, you tell me, if anybody's even watching this video, how many hours do you think this thing has? I mean, let's look at the facts. Okay, 2006 model. The tires were from 2008. Okay, 13-year-old tires. What, the guy was a cheapskate? Okay, we already know because the gasket. How many hours? What, 60, 80? I've got no idea. You tell me, huh? I mean, it's fair condition. I mean, if this thing was standing for so long that the grease even evaporated, that doesn't say much. Maybe it was an accident. That would explain why the exhaust was bent. But I don't really see any accident damage. I don't know. Unfortunately, I couldn't quiz all the owners, so I'm left with fixing what I can. And I am counting my blessings. Heck, the forks could have been fucked, maybe bent or something. That would have meant new forks. The radiators could have been skew or bent. also a possibility. It could be pissing oil for all I know. This, well, actually, fuck it. You know what I mean. Be thankful that it's in the condition it is. And if you are the new owner, well, congratulations. You already know my bitching and what I've done so far. And yes, I use torque wrenches. That's why I mark everything with my daughter's fingernail paint. Anyway, hopefully I'll be putting it together and then I can show you what it will look like. But in the meantime, I have some gray hairs to take care of. Goodbye. Oh, just out of interest, this is the grease I use, Sapphire Aqua, along with the Liqui Moly, the black grease, the long, with molybdenum disulfide. But after I've done all the bearings, greased everything, this tub was full. So half a tub of grease is now hidden among the bike's various components. And because this is a aqua grease, which means even a jet washer will have some difficulty washing that out again. Mental note, after doing all the bearings, I'm never using a pressure washer again to wash any bike. No, I've seen what it does. Good night there.